Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
My two biggest critiques of the roster construction that the 49ers have kind of gone with is neglecting, re-emphasizing youth on the offensive line. The only team in the NFL to not draft an offensive tackle or a center in the past 3 consecutive drafts. Haven't touched one. The only team in the NFL. And then more short-sighted, lack of veteran depth across the roster. Those are the my two biggest issues. Now, the nuanced take of that is we have Andre Dillard, offensive tackle, coming in at number 52, that I absolutely love this signing. The 49ers recognize they needed veteran depth at the offensive tackle position. They go out and they kind of tease a signing with DJ Humphries, which falls apart, and he goes to a division rival, and he's going to probably be a starter there. And then they come back with this Andre Dillard signing, and nobody knows that the other signing fell through, and it's like, wow, they're going after 2 veteran tackles. That's awesome. Well, the Andre Dillard signing has been signed and finalized and all those things, so I like that. I really, really do like Andre Dillard, former first-round pick. We'll detail his journey so far in the NFL, but I really, this is one of the signings that I like a lot. Now, even within this, the nuance on top of nuance, you haven't seen him. He gets signed, doesn't show up to camp, doesn't show up to minicamp, OTAs, any of those things, and beat writers haven't even seen him. In the building, they haven't seen him. And he signed his contract, so that's good, but it's like, all right, we finally got some veteran depth. Man, could have got some work because, Trent Williams doesn't get playing time in OTAs and minicamp. He'll do some indie work, but that's about it. So the 2 tackles that have been getting reps has been Spencer Burford at left tackle and Austin Pleasance backing up Colton McKivitz at right tackle. Would have been nice for Andre Dillard to get out there, learn some of those things, but he's a vet. And so it's kind of a weird situation. He's jersey number 65, as well as we know, and he's a big dude. Pedigree is there. 6'5", 315, 33.5-inch arms. He's 29 years old. And athletic specimen, one of the most athletic offensive linemen to come out of the draft in the past decade. Listen to these numbers. 4.940, that's top 94% of offensive linemen. His 20-yard shuttle, which is a Chris Forster mainstay, ran a 4.4. That's top 98 percentile. 10-yard split, 169. That is off the charts incredible. 3 cones, 7.44, top 86 percentile. Vertical, 30-inch jump. Broad jump 910, that's top 98th percentile, and 24 bench press reps. This guy, he is as fluid an athlete. I remember the combine performance, and tells you how sick I am. The on-field workout, just the shuffle drills, the mirror drill, the pin and pull drill. He looks as fluid as a tackle could ever look. The problem was, and I have to kind of step back here for a second, one of my favorite football coaches, and maybe human beings ever in the history of football, is Mike Leach. I love him. I absolutely love that man. Never coached for Texas, but he's the pirate, the best. Texas Tech, Washington State, goes down to Mississippi, all that kind of awesome. Love this dude. The problem was for Andre Dillard, and we'll get into my pre-draft write-up for him. We've been doing this so long. I have pre-draft write-ups on guys going into their 6th season. He never learned to run block. And that was the issue, was okay, he can do the hard stuff well, pass protection, slide, kick slide, all this stuff. He just never learned or practiced how to run block in his career, his college career. So he gets to the NFL, and everybody's like, oh, this would be easy. It was not easy, and it struggled, and it cost him his job at not one, but 2 places. Now, back to his athleticism real quick. Sorry, I'm skipping over my notes. The athletic comps for him, Garrett Bowles, Joe Haig, Tom Compton, David Kesselberry, Dalton Reiser. You're talking athletes of athletes of athletes. That is huge. Now, he's a Washington born and raised kid, went to Woodinville High School. His father played for Washington State. He chose to go to Washington State. His dad was an offensive lineman from 1983 to 1986. And Andre Dillard was a 4-star recruit. He could have went anywhere. He chose to follow in his dad's footsteps. Love that. Played 39 out of 42 games. at college was just a staple of what they do there. Bachelor's degree in social science, was a first-round pick by the Eagles, number 22 overall. They eventually declined his fifth-year option, and he moved on. He signed a big contract, 3-year, $30 million deal with the Titans. He didn't even start a game. It just, that was it just didn't work out. He wasn't tough enough, and the run blocking, and, they're trying to do the aggressive run attack at that time, just didn't fit. And so he didn't even start. They cut him loose after 1 year. Well, not a lot of guaranteed money. I think he ended up getting $7 million out of that, but it wasn't a catastrophic failure. But the Titans were hoping this is going to be our left tackle. It didn't even start one game. Just not a fit. He needs to be in the zone style scheme. And so then he goes to Green Bay, kind of a backup player, played a little bit, not too much, no starts, but he was just a backup kind of swing tackle. And I think that's his role. I don't think that's a bad role, but I think that's what he should be. Now, for the 49ers, when you have Trent Williams, you have to have a swing tackle because Trent's going to miss time. He doesn't practice on Wednesdays all year long. You got to play there. Jalen Moore just went and got $15 million a year for the Chiefs. Got to replace that. I love this signing, Andre Dillard. I really, really do. And even though he's bounced around, he has enough experience. He's played in 69 games in his career. 43 with the Eagles, 10 games played with the Titans, 2 games played last year with the Packers. He's got experience. Now, here's my pre-draft write-up. And, man, y'all judged the heck out of me for this. This is before he was drafted by anybody. Super smooth and athletic, giving up 1 sack, 15 pressures, but 25 penalties. Penalties have been a problem for him this in the NFL as well. Pure pass protector that will struggle in a physical run game. Come on, Titans, why didn't you read my draft write-up? Despite being more of a finesse tackle, doesn't struggle versus the bull rush, 3-year full-time starter. If he locks on with his hands, it's over. Specializes on getting his hands inside the breastplate. Very quick and excellent in the pull screen game. One of the fastest and short shuttles ever for an offensive tackle. Now, this was the thing. Never really run blocked in his college career. The scheme did not call for it. Everything was a pass set. This is Mike Leach, who I love, but there's some issues with it. Most susceptible to speed power rush combo. Think Khalil Mack. Kick slide needs some help. It's closer to a hop. Saw this at the combine as well. Smooth. Athletic. And just never panned out. And the fact that he went to the Eagles and Jeff Stoutland, who's the best offensive line coach maybe in the history of the NFL, definitely the past 2 decades, you can't survive there. You can't thrive there. There's an issue. Now, the athleticism is more on par with Green Bay, where he was last year, and the 49ers. They both run that outside zone. That's where he should be. Tennessee was a bad pairing from the start. I thought it was stupid, but whatever. What do I know? He's had a lot of injuries. This is a problem too, Andre Dillard. Torn bicep in 2020, missed the entire season. Knee injury in 2021, knee injury in 2022, missed both those games. Fractured his forearm in 2022, missed those games. You're stacking injuries and lower body injuries. That's a problem. That is a problem for big players like Andre Dillard. You're 6'5", 315. You can't have all these injuries on your lower body. It's going to affect what you do. The 49ers signed him May 9th, 2025, a 1-year, $1.25 million deal, $315,000 guaranteed. Not enough to, he has to make the roster or anything like that. But, again, remember, this offseason, Jed York, no guaranteed money going out. Unless it was, for the extensions to keep superstars in place. But you look at free agency, you look at undrafted free agents, not a lot of guaranteed money going out the door. So it's not enough to say Andre Dillard is, in fact, making this roster, but it is something to note. Career earnings for Andre Dillard, man, it's good to be a first-round pick. $23.9 million. This dude has made some scratch. Hopefully he's still got some passion and some wherewithal to want to keep playing. Signed a 1-year, $1.25 million deal, so see what that is. You come play for the 49ers, rebound your career, then go sign somewhere else for a long-term deal in a zone scheme. That's where he should be. 19 career starts, played in 69 games, and again, last year played 63 snaps. That's it. Now, let's look at his kind of pro football focus metrics throughout his career. Let's track this, okay? 2019, his rookie year, 59.7 overall score, bad. 59.2 pass rush grade, bad. 58.2 run grade, bad. 2020, tears his bicep, doesn't play at all. 2021, maybe his best year, 69.6 overall, good. 71.7 pass, good. 65.4 run, all right. Like, not bad. That's the tackle position in the NFL is one of the lowest quality positions across the NFL. There's just a void of talent there. There's not 64 quality starting NFL tackles. Now, this was a first-round pick, but that's deceptive. Like, you can play with that. 2022, huge step back. 58.3 overall grade, not good. Dominated in the pass. This is kind of what I projected him to be. 84.7 pass blocking grade. That's huge, but a 55 run grade. Can't block in the run game. They move on from him. Then he goes to the Titans. 51 overall grade, 47.4 pass, bad. 56.6 run, bad. Last year, even though it's only like 63 snaps, I understand that. Finally in a scheme that fits his skill set, 72.7 overall, good. 75 pass, good. 72.7 run, good. If you could get those numbers for the 49ers this year in the 3 or 4 starts that Trent Williams is probably going to miss, man, sign me up right now. I'd pay $4 million a year for that, fully guaranteed. You don't know if you're going to get that. Again, he only played 50 offensive snaps last year. So you're taking a very small sample size, but you're saying he finally is in a scheme that fits his strengths. We run that same scheme, the 49ers. Therefore, it should translate. And I hope that it does. Now, it's weird that he hasn't been around. He hasn't been seen. He hasn't been out there on the field. Hasn't been staying on the sidelines. Don't know what that's about. Hopefully he shows up at some point for camp. But you look at the offensive tackle depth chart. Your starters are clear-cut. Trent Williams, Colton McKivitz. That's not up for debate. The backups through minicamp and OTAs, Spencer Burford playing left tackle. Austin Pleasant's playing backup right tackle. You've got Sebastian Gutierrez, who was an undrafted free agent last year. He's a tackle-guard combo. And Andre Dillard. I think Dillard and Spencer Burford are fighting for that swing tackle spot. And Burford, with his versatility, I think he's making this 53, whether you want him as a backup guard, right tackle, left tackle. He can play it all. Andre Dillard would just be a swing tackle. Now you have Isaac Alarcon, who's on the International Pathway Program and suspended. I don't think that he figures into this conversation, but somebody from Spencer Burford, Austin Pleasant, who a lot of people, Larry Krueger talks about all the time, love what he brings. The upside is there. But Andre Dillard is somebody with experience, 69 games played, former first-round pedigree. That's who I want coming off the bench at both tackle spots, not even just left tackle, right. I want Andre Dillard being that veteran, experienced presence that can come out and just do his job. Is he amazing? No. Is he frustrating? Yes. That's the NFL. There are not quality tackles out there to be had as backups. Look what the Chiefs just paid $15 million for Jalen Moore. That's kind of where you're at. I hope that he shows up. I hope that he stays healthy and has passion to play after making all this money in his career. Does he have the passion to play for $1 million this season? We'll see. He's 29 years old. If he does, and if he performs well, you can get paid and have one more big contract, at 30 years old next offseason. Get a 2-year deal for, I don't know, $20 million. That's kind of the ceiling if he can prove he can flourish in this zone scheme. 49ers are going to need him at some point. I really hope he shows out. He comes in 52 on our 49ers roster countdown. I want to say thank you to Josh, Ben, and Zach, executive producers of this show. And for us and the 49ers Rush team, we're going to keep counting them down.